So turning to Africa, we're joined by Brigth, Ntare, who is the head of business development for Fonewa, which is a leading fund in Rwanda. And Rwanda is a country which has been developing renewable energy faster than many African countries. And I was wondering, what can we learn from the Rwandan experience, and also what can we learn from Fonewa, Brigth?
Thank you very much. I believe it's actually an advantage speaking last, because I agree with what everyone said. So the challenge here is actually not financing, but rather from an LDC's point of view, having the right leadership in place. So this leadership definitely translates into policy and strategy that's citizen-centric. So what has happened in Rwanda is, just from experience, we've learned that the private sector is there, they're ready to invest, but you have to put certain things in place, like a regulatory framework. You have to clearly demarcate and provide maps in terms of your on-grid and off-grid solutions. What we've done is actually even put in place a one-stop center, which makes registration of a business, permitting, and all that easier. So currently we're actually at around 68% access, and we have a target of 100% by 2024. 100% was the target for 2020, and we're actually producing more energy than we can consume currently. So what's the main challenge here? Challenge is, extending the grid, which is basically supported through the public sector. And there has to be a strong push towards that, creating the right environment for the private sector to invest. Currently, I would say we've actually even stopped permitting, because you don't want generation if you're not putting transmission lines in place. So the government is working with different partners to ensure that at least we've increased this access. The other thing that's really important is providing some incentives. So from a fund's point of view, there's a certain market segment. You mentioned that it's important to actually have, domestic finance in addition to international finance. However, when you look at commercial banks in LDCs, there are certain projects that they consider risky. So anything under 2 megawatts, they're not willing to invest in. So what we're doing as a fund is basically through public finance, coming up with financial instruments that reduce interest, and we provide subsidized loans to make these projects bankable. So we've entered into the market and tried to support those projects that wouldn't go to a bank and get financing, and these are usually rural off-grid projects. And if you have the target of meeting 100% connectivity, with most of the population in rural areas, focus should shift from on-grid to off-grid. So I believe that's one area as a fund we've been supporting the private sector to basically reach that market segment that's not targeted by the big players. That's what we're doing as a fund. Thank you.
Thank you very much.